The epic and unbeatable at Scrabble. The Nerds with Attitude!
Welcome to N.W.A Nerds With Attitude. I am one of your humble hosts and hero, aka well, I have Flourish Bloom, Noah.
What's up?
Old Hunter Rage Isaac. Hello. And Jimmy Max.
And he got nothing funny to say. Noah, we already know. It's up. Man, this dark hole though. Check this out. Hey, what's up?
Noah. Series finale. We're going to you first. Series finale. This was the final episode. First off, are you glad it's over?
Absolutely. Thank God.
Second, did you enjoy the episode?
No, the season finale was weak as hell. The show was awful.
Do you care to elaborate?
Yeah, I elaborate. It was it was whack. It was boring. The fight scenes was whack. I was watching two robots forehead beam each other. I was like, yeah, they can keep this to themselves. The little witch battle was whack. I found it really creepy when the townspeople was like, just, you can free us, or you can free us or you just kill us, please. And Wanda was like, no, I didn't do this to y'all. And I was like, oh my God, this shit need to hurry up and end before I die. This shit didn't do. Was this shit important to the MCU?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess, but that one movie.
Well, I mean, like I said, this whole Wanda's whole show is contained and is solely for Wanda. This is basically her dealing with grief, her time dealing with the grief. The whole thing is about her, and it focuses on her and her character. It does build on her character and everything, but it focuses on her and Vision. More her, but Vision is there too.
I thought it was. I don't know. I just don't like the show. It was boring. Then they try to get me with the feels at the end. I was like, yeah, but we knew this was going to happen anyway, because they're not going to exist outside the little realm she created. So yeah, the twins was going to die. Vision was going to die. Even though he's not dead because he's back to life, because he just flew away and that was it. We don't know where that nigga went.
I feel like you kind of slick right there.
I didn't.
I remember a lot of details of this episode. You going on a bit of a tangent.
I remember all the details of every episode. It's just the show doesn't do nothing.
You was committed on this one, I think.
I wasn't. I was doing other stuff. I was folding my clothes. I got them out the laundry. I was on Twitter at the same time. And I was doing multiple stuff watching this episode.
Okay. So
the whole season didn't get your answers? You didn't get your answer.
To tell the truth, I don't even remember what I wanted to see in the show. All this build up, all this slow burn for what? This show is mediocre as hell. Not even mediocre, it just sucked. It's all this slow burn, all this mystery for nothing.
Do you think you went into this with high expectations?
I didn't, because remember, I don't like superheroes at all. I was just watching this for the channel. If I wouldn't even started watching it if it was because of the channel. My expectations were none. Like, I didn't have low, I didn't have high. I was just watching it. And then for me, when the fight scenes happen, if it didn't feel like WandaVision, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
What do you mean?
I mean, it didn't.
Like the whole sitcom thing.
That too. It just didn't feel like. It felt like a generic MCU movie. Then in WandaVision, you know what they built up to the episodes 1 through 6, I would say. it didn't feel like WandaVision. It felt like just a generic MCU.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Let me get to everybody else. Hold that thought. Because believe it or not, I do agree with you. Believe it or not, not for the show in a whole, but just this particular episode. I do agree with you, but hold that thought. Let's get to Isaac. Let me get to Isaac. The finale. Did you enjoy it, and were you satisfied with it?
I enjoyed it. I actually kind of do agree with Noah on the fact that it felt like a generic MCU thing by the end of it. Satisfied? I wouldn't say I was satisfied, because the fact that one huge character was built up to just be a joke about boners. Disappointed.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh my god.
I was so mad. I was like, "You've got to be kidding."
So let me say this. There were some leaks. There were some big leaks about this. Like, some of the big leaks were there was supposed to be a mutant drop when Pietro got out of his trance. He was supposed to say something about mutants. I don't know why Nightcrawler would have showed up in here, but Nightcrawler was supposed to show up with Doctor Strange in this. I mean, Doctor Strange could have got into the barrier without Nightcrawler, but it would have been the Nightcrawler from the Fox universe, not
right.
It would have been that Nightcrawler. Yeah, like, and the whole thing about the Evan Peters thing. Now, from what I heard, they weren't supposed to. Foggy wasn't going to allow Evan Peters to be used if the writers couldn't make it make sense. He told them, it was like, if you can't make it make sense, then we're not using him. We're not going to use Evan Peters.
Is Evan Peters Pietro?
Yeah, he is Ralph Boner.
Yeah. That's his real life name. I didn't know his real life name.
But I'm sorry to cut you off, Isaac. You can continue
though. I enjoyed it. I too am kind of glad that it's over. It really didn't. It answered a couple questions I had, but not by much. Yeah, I'm just glad. I'm ready to move on to the next thing.
Would you also say you're disappointed in this finale?
Yeah, I would say disappointed. But it's not like, you know, a bunch of people had their own huge theories and everything like that. And yeah, I had a few big theories myself, but it's not like I was disappointed that they didn't come true. It's just I was disappointed that it didn't
just say the episode
do more, I guess.
Yeah,
it
didn't really resolve anything, you know, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Because I was gonna ask you that, like, do you think because you think it is as not great of a finale as one would hope? I was gonna ask if you thought it was because. Was it because your expectations were high for it, or because of your some of your theories didn't pan out how you wanted them to pan out, or was this as the show and as a whole, was it just a weak finale just in general for the show as a whole? Taking off your nerd glasses.
It just felt like, you know, the show was building up like certain things throughout, you know, the few episodes, and then this last one just felt like a lot of the secondary storylines that they had built up in the past 8 episodes just got thrown to the side so you could watch Wanda and Vision fight their evil selves the whole time, if that makes
yeah, that makes sense. Jimmy,
Yes, sir.
Did you feel like this was a great finale? And were you satisfied with it?
Wow, those are two really hard questions. Okay, I'm gonna just get straight into the meat of it. Did I feel like it was a great finale? Hell nah. First of all, White Vision just pieced out in the middle of the conversation.
He just did. He was like, all right.
I mean, he got taught no jutsu, man.
Yo, my man's, he saw the wokeness and dipped. He's like, damn, this man's spitting facts to me. Holy shit. And left. I was like, all right.
He could have phased through the window. He buzzed through the window. That didn't even make any sense. It didn't make no sense. Okay. Wanda went all Dark Phoenix, which we knew that was gonna happen. Okay. Wait, what was the second question?
Were you satisfied, dog? You didn't even answer the. You did answer the first one, but were you satisfied?
Okay. Was I satisfied? So, great segue. The reason I didn't like it was essentially what everybody else said. It was the pacing. It was everything. The show, y'all, it was going through very heavy edits all the way up until like the very last minute. Y'all know I watch it slow-mo. I done seen they done did deep fakes on Wanda, made her change her lines. This show was supposed to came out after Black Widow, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and the Eternals had already came out. They had to hide stuff from us, y'all. There are things that maybe still might come to pass. And because of that reason, I guess I'm satisfied.
So this was a satisfying ending for you?
Not an ending, just a continuation. I feel like it didn't say to be continued, but for me, I'm just waiting for Doctor Strange to explain. We're gonna end up seeing a lot of scenes that probably got cut in the Multiverse of Madness, I think, to like further explain, because the rabbit was never explained. And I was watching the Fat Man podcast.
Yeah, Fat Man, Batman.
Yeah. I was watching them, and essentially, the rabbit had a much bigger part. The boys had a much more in-depth interaction with Monica, which explains why she jumped in front of the bullets for him and stuff. A lot of stuff got cut out, and hopefully it will be explained in a way that makes me satisfied totally.
Yeah. All right. Well, to me, a lot happened and nothing happened at the same time.
Nothing. Yep. They gave me more questions. Where the fuck did White Vision go?
I honestly feel like when Fake Vision unlocked White Vision's basically mind, he kind of was like, man, I gotta go process this. And he just left. I mean, there was no reason for him to stay there, because he figured out. Yeah, he figured out. Yeah, he figured out. One, I'm just being used as a weapon. Two, I am not a weapon. I am Vision. And like how he said it, I'm Vision, and he dipped out. I feel like their fight was better than the witch fight, though.
Their fight was a lot better. I like the twist to what Wanda was doing, though. I didn't exactly. I was wondering why the fuck she was missing. I was like, damn, she must be tired or something. Trolling this whole town, but her plan was kind of slick. It was kind of slick.
At the end of that, I don't know if y'all felt this, and I know they own Marvel Studios, but it felt like a Disney movie ending. That's how it felt like. It felt like a Disney afternoon movie ending. How that all happened. And at the end of the day, Wanda was like, I don't need nobody like me. I like myself. And that's basically what happened.
I didn't like how she just dipped after she just, I had this whole town under my control. I'm just going to leave. I'm not going to apologize or nothing.
She did apologize.
No, she didn't.
She did.
She just dipped out. She just dipped out.
She did apologize. She apologized before, like, they started scorning her and everything. But
I mean, after she choked him to death. Yo, dog, she did. She just did.
And it wasn't. That was a whole metaphor right there. It wasn't like she did it on purpose, because like they were ganging up on her, and she felt like she was being choked.
She needs to be put in jail. She kidnapped the whole town. I mean, she's a villain. She's not a hero. She ugly. She just
get
her out of there.
She's not ugly now. She kind of cute.
No, she's not.
Guys in the costume.
No, I didn't.
According to the Sokovia Accords,
she
got her powers criminally like that. And yeah, she does have to go to jail. He's right.
she has to get the fuck out of here.
Let me ask y'all this: do y'all think, because it's been about a year since we got any Marvel anything, and the last Marvel thing we got was Endgame, and you know how hype and stuff that was, and then we get this. Do you think because we got this and it didn't didn't really say like this is the entry level for the next phase or anything like that, and it just felt like it was like its own thing? Do you think it was more because this was kind of like and we were coming back to that, and we were hoping this was gonna be more than just
I feel like that's exactly the reason, but we should have knew that it was gonna be because again, there was so much more fire stuff that was supposed to came out before this that it was always supposed to be just
No, I think it's because what's the term? They slow burned us for like 4 episodes straight. Gave us nothing.
That gave us a lot.
And then they brought what's his name in? What's her brother name? Pietro in, like he mattered, but then it was terrible. They had a great idea. They didn't execute at all.
Well, you find out that he technically mattered because he was like a persona of Agatha.
Yep.
No, they casted that man for no reason. They could have casted anybody.
You're not wrong.
They gave us that like they was gonna connect something, but they didn't connect nothing. It was wasted potential. They didn't execute. They had this great idea. They didn't execute.
I did not go into this thinking that I was gonna be agreeing with Noah.
So you feel like the show as a whole was not executed correctly?
No, they slow burned us for 12 episodes. I don't know how many episodes.
It was
15.
9.
My bad. It felt like I was watching this
4 to
shit.
12.
It felt like I've been watching. They slow burned us for no reason at all.
And if you saw, and I'll dial back on your kids thing. If you saw the end of the thing, first off, I really was in the camp like this wasn't the Darkhold. Apparently, this is the Darkhold, and apparently she didn't probably unleashed not Cthulhu. I think that's his name. Is it Cthulhu?
Yeah, it is Cthulhu.
It's Cthulhu. Yeah, it's she probably released him
or I don't know how to say it.
or something like that. But like at the end of that very last one, her doing her Hulk style in the middle of nowhere thing. You hear the kids calling out mom.
Yeah.
So what?
So they exist, Noah. They are a thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This is Marvel. They can do what the fuck they want to do. Listen, them kids can die again, and all I give 2 shits about these kids.
So you're
I can't.
So you're the commander guy, huh?
She's so strong. You're telling me she is so strong. Her magic impregnate herself.
Yeah.
Yo, get Wanda out of here. I'm so glad I don't gotta watch this bullshit no more. I don't give a fuck what she.
she's basically Rick from Rick and Morty. She's like
I don't give a shit.
Isaac,
She impregnated herself.
do you have
Yes.
anything
Oh, you telling me
to say?
she had the
about
powers to make fake Vision have real sperm?
Do-
Get me out of here. Though.
Oh my god.
Get me out of here. This show
first
was
of all,
awful. Didn't make no
it's not
goddamn
his suit.
sense.
That's his body.
I know it.
Genitals there.
Like that shit was awful. That shit was awful.
Isaac.
Shit.
Isaac. Do you agree with Noah this having so much potential but it didn't make the cut, basically?
Well, I think when I was watching through it, before the finale came out, I was, what's the word? Cautiously optimistic that the ending would, answer a lot of stuff. And then it was just like, the way the ending happened, it felt like, I wouldn't say it like we got cheated, but by the end it was like, y'all really spent 8 episodes to get us to this point and we still don't know that much.
Yeah, we know less than what we did when we
Yeah,
started.
we know less than we did at the beginning. Like,
Slow burn us.
Now, now let me say this. Let me ask y'all this. With everything, like how we are looking at this, do you feel like you're justifying this unfairly? Do you feel like you're looking at this like, I wanted answers for the Marvel universe, or you wanted answers for that? Because what the show did, it did what it promised. It gave us a story about Wanda and her grief. That's what it did.
Yeah.
That's what the show. That's what the whole purpose of the show was. Not to lead us into another movie or lead us into another show. Not to be a filler like most of the Marvel movies are. You feel me?
I think I know personally it was like I think before the show came out, like you were saying, the last thing we got before this came out was Endgame, and it's kind of unfair to have been like everything after Endgame has to be as good as Endgame or it just sucks, which is completely unfair to say because there's not many things that are going to be able to compare to it. Having 20 plus films, 10 years build up to this huge event happening, and then we just get this one. But I think my main problem with it was like I went into it knowing that it was going to be a story about Wanda and how she processes her grief and everything like that, and I was okay with dealing with it. And then they started giving us all these other things, like Evan Peters shows up, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's Quicksilver from the other, X-Men movies." And they started sprinkling in all these different things, and then I think it's also like not even just the show itself; it's like the media that came out for it, all the theories, and like some of the news outlets making unsubstantiated claims about a quote unquote Luke Skywalker level cameo, which it turns out that not even one cast member actually said that. It was one of the news sites made up that claim, and it got everybody's hopes up, and then all we got was
I didn't hear nothing
a
about
boner
Luke
joke.
Skywalker thing.
It was just like it felt, they were definitely trying to give us this story about Wanda, and then they were trying to set up all these other things, but the other things that they set up were so monumental, and then they got exaggerated to a point where it overshadowed the main part of the story. And then by the end, nobody cares about what the main story is because we just want to know what else is happening outside of it.
Yeah. I would say at the end of the day, they gave us 10,000 Easter eggs and only really paid off 10.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. They gave us 10,000 and only paid off 10 for the show. So those other Easter eggs might actually be clues and stuff. Because like, for instance, like for all we know, I mean, yeah, we saw I guess that was his birth certificate or something like that for Ralph. We saw stuff for him, but we still don't know who that that missing person, the person who was in witness protection is. We don't know who that is. We don't know who that is. There's a lot of other things that weren't answered either. Like, for instance, Jimmy about the bunny thing, like that wasn't answered. We still don't know who that is. And
what happened if it's nobody?
I mean, but according to the director,
the only reason why I don't believe it's not just nobody is because the director is just as much of a sweaty as anybody who's watching these movies, and he knows his stuff. So like, my biggest thing about this, like, I was expecting Nightmare or Mephisto to show up, and they didn't. And they made Agatha like the secondary antagonist, because the commander guy was too. But like, but they were Agatha felt like a straight out of Compton moment, like how the end of Naruto was, and they finna beat Madara, whatever his name is. They finna beat him, and then that god, the god of chakra and stuff, just came out of nowhere. She just appeared. Like, yeah, I've been the villain all the whole time. Like, what? How does that? That's not. That don't make no sense. So that's how Agatha felt. I knew Agatha was something because comic books, but like the way they basically made her the villain, and then they nuded her at the end. So like, I mean,
just say that shit was awful.
I wouldn't say it was awful. It's just
trash.
It was unpleasant isn't the right word either. It just
trash.
It was disappointing. That's how I'd say it was disappointing.
It was so disappointing it became trash.
It was. I would say it was disappointing to a fanboy like myself. It was disappointing to me. But because like people who was at my job, one of my boss man, one of my bosses, he's been watching it week to week with his wife, and they loved it, and he loved this final thing. And before the finale happened, like there was a lot of stuff that he didn't watch, and like some of the movies like Ultron and stuff like that, and he was a little confused. And then he went back, watched those, and he was like, man, I loved it. I actually enjoyed it and everything. And I think the people who aren't as string theory, got the string pointing over here, string pointing over there, string pointing over there, the hardcore dudes, the people who are just in here just to enjoy some media, this was for them. And then those are the people it pleased. But the people, the super hardcore fans like us, minus Noah, it didn't.
The show was just terrible.
It didn't necessarily hit the mark, I would say. We'll end this with the two end credit scenes because those are relatively important, and those set up stuff for next movies. So
yes, that's my last saving grace.
The first one was Monica, her fine self. And we find out that basically Nick Fury is calling for her. That's basically what that was. And that's pretty much setting up Captain Marvel 2. And then the last one, we go to the mountains, this little area and everything, and we see Wanda, but nah, that ain't Wanda. Wanda's in the corner over here reading the dark hole. And then what's this? Her kids are talking. And then she closes the book. What do you guys think? That you think that's leading into Doctor Strange?
I mean, the music was playing. Doctor Strange theme was playing as she was doing her little levitation, astral projection thing. It really set up hope. Why the fuck did he not show up? Like all this going on.
I mean, look. He was name dropped.
But still, this is the Sorcerer Supreme we talked about. He's to defend this realm interdimensional and magical forces. Come on, man. That's all that was going on. That should have been like red flag, red flag.
Yeah, especially with the dark hole. When she name dropped the dark hole, I was expecting him to show up. Or when Wanda had said, I don't have nobody. No one taught me how to use magic or anything. I was expecting one of those circles to be opened. Right there, it's like I can help you with that.
You know what I mean?
But it didn't happen, and you might be on something too, Jimmy. Like there was, because of COVID and everything, there was a lot of shuffling and moving around. So for all we know, because how early this came out, because this was supposed to come out later, how early this came out, for all we know, some stuff did get put on the cutting room floor, and
true.
But at the same time, for what we got, like it's okay. It's okay. Like I would say this: those two end credit scenes. I was already gonna see Doctor Strange because I liked the first one. Yeah, it's in my top 10 favorite Marvel movies. But and Captain Marvel, I ain't even seen Captain Marvel because I don't care for Captain Marvel. But
what?
But
It was good.
But with this Monica Rambeau in here, with Photon being in there, I'm interested now. With we getting Sword and everything, I'm interested now. So I'm gonna see the second one. There's at least like 5 Marvel movies I ain't seen yet.
I mean, I haven't seen Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, I ain't seen Thor 1 or 2.
Well, you saw Thor 1 with me.
We did?
Yeah, we went to the theaters and saw it.
We did? Yes. Dog, I don't even remember that. That's how bad that was.
Yeah, because you explained to me, because I didn't really know who Stan Lee was. You was like, yeah, that's Stan Lee, that guy in the truck trying to put a hand on.
I remember.
Yeah, dog, you saw. Listen, there's a lot of ones I didn't see. Don't worry, guys.
Oh, man.
Am I the only person? No, I feel like Jimmy's probably seen all of them, but I've seen all of them.
I ain't seen the first Ant-Man and the second Ant-Man. I haven't seen the.
Well, you saw the first Ant-Man with me.
I did?
Yeah, it was me. It was me and you, Brandon, Daniel.
Are you sure? I don't remember anything about that movie.
Positive you was in the theaters with us to see Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think you was with us when we saw the second one.
I mean, the first one was kind of Iron Man-y.
I don't even remember seeing the first one.
The second one.
I'm pretty sure you was in the theaters.
Are you positive I was there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It was like me, you, Brandon, Daniel. I'm pretty sure. Man.
Was I there when y'all saw the first Captain America?
No, I didn't see the first Captain America.
Okay, I haven't seen the first Captain America. Apparently, I saw Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man. I haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp. I haven't seen Thor: The Dark World.
First Captain America is funny as hell. Like, if you don't go into it looking for a good ass action movie, and you just look at it as a comedy, that shit is hilarious.
And I seen half of Guardians 2.
Half of Guardians 2.
Yeah, because the other half I fell asleep. I fell asleep in the beginning. I went with my mom. I remember that. But like the beginning, I fell asleep and I woke up towards in the middle, and my mom was all excited about it and everything. I was like, "Yeah, woo!"
Yo, the second one was trash. I don't care.
I didn't like the second one either.
It was okay. It introduced Mantis, which is a great character.
She sucked. She didn't even do nothing.
Okay.
What did she do? What did she do?
Okay, we're done here.
Little sleepy body.
We are done, guys. We are done. Tell us in the comments down below what you thought about WandaVision episode 9, the finale.
Tell us where White Vision went in the comments. I really need to know.
And tell us what you felt about the show as a whole. Before I go, I'm gonna go around, ask everybody their number out of 5. Out of 5, where did Vision go? We're gonna go out of 5. Noah, out of 5.
1.
Jimmy, out of 5.
Out of 5, I'm gonna have to give WandaVision 4 dark holes.
Isaac, out of 5.
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah. I gotta give it. I have to give it a 4, mainly because the whole sitcom angle was one of my things, and I love sitcoms. Like
it was clever.
And I like the sitcom, and as a story, it was cohesive. At least to me, I can't speak for Noah or anybody else here, but it was cohesive. It did what it needed to do.
It was a good.
What did it do? What did it need?
What did it do? With the House of M.
Yeah.
It's the only way they could have done it, really.
Give us your score down below. We will catch y'all in the next one. We talk about the thing that I'm hyped about, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
And I don't look like that man. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
You dick.